So one of the things I want people to know, there is no such thing as normal sex drive.
Oh, okay.
No. Good news can negatively affect your sex life.
Hold on. How so?
When you see me at the door, you should immediately
Jump on me.
Yes. And if you don't jump on me, I shall jump on you. And when I jump on you, this level of pressure and expectation on sex, it's not healthy.
So subscribe, tuned in, you will love this one. Yep. Hi, how are you doing? I am great. My name is Agnes Nonsizi. Allow me to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the time you watch this video, no matter which country you are in. Karibu sana to the Agnes Nonsizi show. And today we have a very hot topic. But before that, have you subscribed? Have you liked all our videos? Have you commented? We'd love that because remember I told you this channel is for all of us to learn, to grow, and that is why we're here. And that is why I bring experts to talk about different things. And today we're talking about mismatched sexual desires in relationships. So if you are in a long-term relationship, at one point there's going to be mismatched libidos. There's going to be one person in that partnership that wants more sex than the other at one point. So let's establish it's normal. But having sexual conversations, especially us Africans, it's a little bit hard. Going to tell your friend, hey, I feel like, I'm dipping and my person is all the way up. So that's why I have brought someone who is an expert in this. We have a sex therapist in the house today. We have Maggie Gitu. Let me introduce her properly because she deserves that introduction. She's a marriage, family, and sex therapist. She told me that is her second career. Me, I thought it's her first one. I have been corrected. She is a classically trained singer in the mezzo-soprano. She sings mezzo-soprano. So she has 2 degrees in music, guys. And now this one for marriage and family counseling. Guys, we are in safe hands. Hata tukitaka tuimbie through this ikikuwa ngumu sana hii topic, mahari atatu soften na music. Help me welcome Maggie Gitu.
Thank you so much for that introduction.
Yeah, you deserve it.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
and also
you.
There's that one board I saw you sit in. I couldn't even mention it.
I do.
Because of where I come from.
So that board is very special to me.
Yeah.
It's named after the Virginia Satir. Virginia Satir is a woman who passed away in 1986, so very recently, and her work has revolutionized my own work. So I was beyond honored when they invited me to be on their board. So I sit on their board. I've been on it 2 years. I have 1 more year to go. It's domiciled in California, but I'm the only African.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
You're winning. Flying our Kenyan flag high.
Yes. Because I want us to be healthy and to do it in a way that is also demystified. Because you said, sex is sensitive.
It is.
Our culture is not very open to talk about it. Sometimes we talk about it and what we hear is not appropriate, is not ethical.
Right.
So you have no idea how excited I am. I'm excited to be here today.
And thank you for coming. And before even get into the, deep ends of it, please demystify what a sex therapist does.
Yes.
Because I feel like we are not in the know. When I was reading so many things, we all have a different idea. When I walk into a room with a sex therapy, what do you do? What should I expect?
Okay. I love that you asked that question. So, sex therapy, let's take the therapy first. Therapy in general, psychotherapy, physical therapy is a process of things put in place to bring healing. Now, when you add sex into the equation, it implies there's something going on in the sexual behavior, desire, manifestation that is not quite working for you. So one of the things I want people to know, there is no such thing as normal sex drive.
Oh, okay.
No. For some people, I've had people tell me our sex drive is, our sex life is doing really poorly. We're only having sex 4 times a week.
Okay.
And then other people, when I say that, they say 4 times a
A
week.
week.
Please give me 4 times a year. I will take 4 times a year. So it isn't me as a sex therapist to tell you how much sex you can have or you should have. No.
Yeah.
For some people, once a month is fine. The global average, I would say, is 3 to 4 times a month, which is about
3 to
once
4
a week.
times average.
Average.
3 to 4 times a month.
Once a week. For an average doesn't mean you're supposed to. It means when data was collected
Okay.
and when the data was analyzed, they found that once a week was what most people were doing. Now, were they happy? That's a different question. But on average, once a week is like good enough maintenance sex.
Okay.
The other thing is there is such a thing as good enough sex. Because the expectation is performance should be high. Yeah. We should be shagging every minute. In fact, when you see me at the door, you should immediately
jump on me.
Yes. And if you don't jump on me, I shall jump on you. And when I jump on you, this level of pressure and expectation on sex, it's not healthy. It's not realistic. And sex is a drive like many other drives, and it's an appetite like many other appetites. Can you imagine if somebody said to you, the minute you see githeri, eat it. You should jump in there with a big fork and a big spoon. I mean, relax. Okay. If you slept all day, every day, we would say that your appetite for sleep is a bit out of balance. So sex is about balancing what you're eating.
Okay.
If we say sex is food,
okay,
balancing what you're eating. Yeah. Actually, sex is play. Sex is play.
Okay.
It's play with your clothes on. It's play with your clothes off. Actually, I don't even really get into how you're playing. You know how you play?
We'll get
some people play Scrabble and some people play Kati. How you're playing is how you're playing. But sex is play, and we don't play 24/7.
Yeah.
Even athletes who play tennis and swimming, they don't do it 24/7. Yeah. So let's take the pressure off of sex to be this, massive expectation. Yeah. And just like appetite, sometimes we eat too much, sometimes we eat enough, sometimes we're not eating well enough. The question is, what is it affecting? Okay. What is affected? And that's where we come to mismatched.
Yes, wow. Oh, thank you for, I feel like you have taken the pressure off it because the pressure was getting worse.
No, and this is the spirit, my sister. Oh, this is the spirit. When things are demystified, you can say,
I think I am a normal human being. Now I get it.
Now I can think. Are we having buffet today or tomorrow rather than every single
having a
moment? Because sometimes a snack is all you need, my sister.
Okay. So, what leads to the mismatched sexual desires? I'm calling it a long-term relationship, and this is from how many people have stayed in how many years, or that's another thing. And
it doesn't matter. I know people in their 50s. Just recently, somebody in their 50s said to me, I haven't had sex in 3 months. And it was true grief for them.
Okay.
Because in their 50s, their normal sexual appetite is definitely several times a week.
Okay. And they're in their 50s.
And then I have people in their 20s and 30s. They even get sent to me by doctors, by urologists and gynecologists who say, I've done every test. Maggie, I've tested everything. This client is fine. So please talk to them, because for them, there is a mismatch in something.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to find out as your therapist, where is the mismatch? Is it for you or is it for your partner? Because if you come to me and you say, Maggie, I'm only having sex twice a week and I feel like I should be having sex 4 times a week, I want to know, where is the should? Who told you 4 times? Why not 5? Why not 1? Why not 7? Why not 16? Where is that expectation coming from? Right?
Yeah.
Is it coming from your partner? Because sometimes we have partners that just like githeri and chicken. Some people like it more, some people like it less. Some people want to have sex every day.
Yeah.
And maybe
their drive is that high.
They have a higher drive. So I want to know, where is the mismatch so I can know where the intervention belongs, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the intervention is psychoeducation. When I said the average generally is 3 to 4 times a month, which is about 1 time per week. right? Your reaction
Yeah,
alone, your reaction said,
so
oh my God. Because then the people in the room with me can say, oh, I thought we are supposed to. And I hear those words a lot. I'll give you a tool today that people can use.
Yeah.
There's no supposed to. How many times are you supposed to eat goat meat a week?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
Is
there a legal requirement?
No, there's no, it's written.
So there's no government policy?
No.
So why are we having a government policy about your sex life?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I want to know, where is the should coming from? Right? If you say, you know what, it's me. It's me. I want to have sex 4 times a week.
Okay.
But I just find, then I want to know now what's the issue. There are many things that can affect.
Okay.
If I was to give you a simple kind of lens process, I would say bio, psycho, social, spiritual.
Bio,
Psycho, social, spiritual, right?
Even spiritual.
Yes.
Okay.
There are many more other lenses, but those 4 offer a pretty good foundation, right? So we used to say biopsychosocial, but now for this show, because I want to make things as simple and clear,
Yeah.
biologically, could something be going on? I could have, for example, a man tell me, I'm having a problem with my erections. I'm able to either attain them but not sustain them, or I'm not able to attain them and I can't sustain them. So I assess for that.
Okay.
The same man may tell me, but nowadays I'm doing really good with exercise. In fact, I drink water 3 liters a day. Is that new? Yeah. I started like the last 6 months. You know, already there's a red flag in my head.
Okay.
Yes, because that man it's possible that he's diabetic or pre-diabetic.
Oh.
Because one key symptom of diabetes is thirst that doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So I know immediately to begin looking at biologically, could something else be going on, right? Then in that case, I will make a referral to a GP, a general doctor, or to a urologist, usually, right? And I have specific people I work with because I'm very particular about the hands that my clients go through, right?
Yeah.
Psycho. Are they talking about there was a death in the family? Are they talking about their marital situation or their relationship situation hasn't been so
shaky.
good? Yeah. Are they telling me they have a history of depression or anxiety? Right? They may not call it depression or anxiety, but I may ask, has something significant happened in the last? So when did this start? 6 months ago. Okay. What was happening 6 months ago? Actually, nothing. Although my guka died. Yeah, what was your guka like? Let me tell you, my guka was my best friend. My guka and I used to go, already in my head, I'm calibrating things. Because what happens is unexpressed sadness comes out in other ways.
Okay.
Think about when you've had a bad day at work. You go home, the way you talk to your husband, you're a bit low, right?
Yeah.
When he says it's dinner time, you're like, it's okay, I'll eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
6 months of that, how much sex do you think you want to have?
Minimal.
Yeah.
0. None.
Because sex is play. How much play do you want to play when you're feeling so sad that your grandfather passed away or your dog got lost? So even things that you don't necessarily think about can affect. So psycho is, and I'm a psychotherapist. So this is where you could say I'm a psychotherapist who specializes in sexual function and dysfunction, right? So then I'm really listening for what you're saying and I'm listening for what you're not saying. Okay. So bio, psycho. Social. Did you have a breakup and you're trying to get back into the field? Maybe your attitude had been, maybe your attitude is, hii mambo ni kuoga na kurudi soko bwana. Aya, umefika soko. Na umefanya vizuri sana kwenda soko. Sasa mambo ya soko ilibadilika from the time when you were in a relationship. Rewe, uko soko and your body is still trying to adjust and adapt. Right? Because to have another human being touch you, even if I reached across and touched you unexpectedly, even now, you flinched a bit. A bit. You didn't mean to, but there's just to have somebody look at you naked again. You know the one you broke up with, for all their issues. They knew your scars, they knew, your body knew, even when it's not good, you knew it's not good, and I expect it's not good. Sasa soko, imebadilika. Or umerudi soko hakuna nyanya. Season imeisha. The men you're looking for, my sister, are gone. My brother, the women you thought you had 5 years ago today have moved on. Some of them have children. So you're trying to really adjust. Sometimes you hop into bed with different people trying to get, to forget.
Yeah.
You've had that phrase, the best way to get over one man is to get under another. Bad advice. Bad advice. I think it's funny, but it's bad advice. Don't do that. But so this is what I mean by the social. Also, things have gone wrong. Your business is not working. You've moved back to your mom and your dad's house. And you want to have sex under their roof. Okay, and now because you're in your parents' house, you need to be home by 6. When are you shagging? Between when you wake up in the morning outside their house so you can be home.
Yeah.
Because your social life has changed.
So, and even finances included in all that.
Absolutely.
Job loss.
Yes.
So I can imagine during COVID-19, most people were not having sex as maybe, I don't want to say as they should be, like not like they were having before. Now I'm really careful.
So let me tell you, during COVID, especially the first 6 months when there was cessation of movement, I remember texting a couple of my gynecologist friends and I said, I guess I won't be seeing you in 9 months because you're about to be very busy. Some people discovered that they were actually quite happy to stay home.
Oh,
there's only so much Netflix and TV you can watch. So there was a lot of sex happening.
Okay, there were
daytime, nighttime, lunchtime, because usually they're working and now they had time. And then there are people who, like there was a car wash near my house at that time.
Yeah.
Packed. From 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Yeah. When the president said cessation of movement 6 p.m., they would leave at 5:45, right? Because they realized this marriage, things are worse. I knew things were not good, but things are bad. So I'm looking for that. That's the social bit. I'm looking at, and can I surprise you? Good news can negatively affect your sex life.
Hold on, how so?
I know, isn't it fascinating?
My promotion at work, I'm like, it's a fun.
But let me ask you, like on your wedding day or on your graduation day, do you really have time to sit and eat comfortably?
Actually, I've not had either or, but I know on important days,
you don't eat.
You don't, yeah.
Even now, we are less likely to sit and eat because we have work to do. We haven't seen each other in a while. We're excited to meet. So now someone will tell me our sex life is not good. So I assess for major life events. I never assess for negative events. I assess for major life events. Then your husband or your boyfriend or you tell me, no, we've been really good. In fact, we just had a baby. When? A year ago. What do you think that tells me?
And that's another thing, because you brought the baby conversation.
Yes.
And ladies, I know we are affected so much.
Yes.
First of all, from when you conceive, I don't know what happens to your body. It's sometimes you want it more, sometimes you don't even want to be touched. Then now there's the giving birth bit of it, which is all messy and beautiful at the same time.
Yes.
So how does that affect the fluctuation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Yes. Oh my God, that question.
Is it because
the answer is yes. So I've had new moms tell me, it's very hard for me to want to have sex because it feels my child is like an angel and they came out of me. So it's like they made that part of my body holy. Pure. Actually, the word they use is pure. And to think of then using the same part for what we think and we hope is impure. No, because when I became a therapist, a sex therapist, I remember praying and telling God, I want my clients to have the sort of sex that causes you as God to call their guardian angels outside of the room. Out. I will sort this out myself. So, I mean, they felt
it's
a
holy
disconnect.
Ground. Yeah.
Yes. And that takes a mind shift that takes time.
Also, that we're there, something that has come to my mind of spouses who accompany their wives to the delivery room.
Yes.
And they see everything that goes in about,
Yes. Yes.
So also I've had, I don't know how true it is, some of them are affected when they go back now to the
Yes.
action.
Yes, it's true. Remember, everybody has their work. You have your job, I
Yeah.
have my job,
Yeah.
etc. Well, neither your partner's job nor my partner's job is medicine.
Right.
So they're really not cognitively aware of what they're going to see. What they know is they want to be part of their child's life. And it's important that they are. And for those who can, I encourage you to participate.
Okay.
But what happens is they get a very quick education into the difficulties of what it means to carry a pregnancy and to deliver, right? And they didn't realize they had that much impact, because without them, you wouldn't have conceived. They didn't realize what you went through and what you could go through to deliver. If you've had a C-section, they can even feel guilty that it's because of me that she's literally cut open.
Right.
If you had a natural birth, obviously your birth canal expands to allow for the delivery of the child. They're not scientists, so they don't have the cognitive awareness of the physiology of birth. Neither did you.
Yeah.
Neither did you. The difference for you is things are being done to you. The doctors are working on you, the nurses are working on you. So you're not actually looking at yourself, whereas your partner is. So for me, I would encourage couples and even male partners, even female partners, whoever is there, to understand that it's okay that you're shocked. It's okay that you're impacted, because first, at a basic level, it proves you're not a sociopath. You're not just like, some random give birth to my children and life moves on.
Yeah.
It also shows you, it in a way,
you're a human.
You're a human being, and so is your partner. Because what women are told is that, isn't it a blessing to have a child? It is. It's also a very painful, gory process. It's humiliating. Sometimes your bowels open and you're on the table and you can't do anything.
As in, I feel like respect leaves you at that point.
What respect? In fact, one of my friends said the pain was so bad they were in a wheelchair and the husband had gone to pay the bills. When he came back, he thought, that woman looks familiar to me. Because she was crossing from one room to another room, but she had undressed. And she was moving the wheelchair with her feet. So all he saw was her crossing. He thought, that naked
that looks like my wife.
But it can't be my wife. But if you let it can also really deepen the attachment to one another.
Yeah.
As a man, as a father, it can make you have always the option to say,
okay,
for her to agree to do this for me, so that we may have a family. You know how we say heshimu mama? It can really deepen your sense of appreciation and love and respect and also care. It heightens the care. A lot of the husbands who see the process, you find, recently someone said, my husband told my family, I don't want anybody caring for her. I will care. And then it was the lady telling me, and she said, my bloody clothes, he would leave work and come and wash them and wash the dishes. And because he has a level of like a deeper understanding of what it took. Yeah. So the shock is only a first step. But it doesn't have to be the whole step. Even in learning, even in this work you're doing, you learn today, you learn tomorrow, you learn the day after. Yeah. So, and then sex is reintegrated. So it's not either or. Sex exists on a spectrum.
Okay.
Let me not start. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
I think one thing I would want your guests to know, sex is like a rainbow. It's beautiful with all its different colors. And if you remove one color from the rainbow, it still shines. But it looks better with all the colors there. So sometimes you will be muted. Sometimes you will be
beautiful.
And it's still beautiful.
And that brings me, I know I love the conversation, the direction this conversation is taking. Like you said, sex is beyond the action, even getting you.
Yes. Actually, thank you for saying that. Sex is like a buffet. I say this a lot. When you go to a nice hotel and they have a buffet set out for you, if you find there's no chicken, do you just grab your bag and leave?
sikuli huku.
I'm not siwezi kula kama hakuna kuku kwa buffet. And maybe the chef just took the tray to go and put more chicken. Bring it back.
There you are, causing tantrums.
Right, sex is like a buffet. There is kissing, which can be part of, because there's pecking, which can be part of sex, and then there is like heavy kissing, which can be part of sex. There's what we call digital sex, touching sex.
Yeah?
Yes.
Digital sex.
These fingers are called digits.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes these fingers...
I was lost for a moment.
Although that kind of digital sex is still
also
sex.
still exists.
Yes, it's still sex.
Okay.
So when you look and you say penetration is not possible right now because we've had a baby. Okay, but are the lips working?
Okay.
Are the breasts working?
Okay.
Is it okay if I kiss your back? What if I move your hair and kiss your neck here?
Yeah.
Sana sana hapa. Like, it's a buffet of options
Yeah.
that you have.
Yeah. Before we break, what does emotional connection got to do with all this? Because as much as we would have it penetrative,
Yes.
yeah, even by the time I want to be open to kissing you, to touch, to your hair, to massaging, what does emotional connection got to do with all this?
You know, it depends on the values you have with your partner. Because unfortunately or fortunately, sex and connected sex are not the same thing.
Sex and connected sex
Are not the same thing. I mean, the action is the same. If it's penetrative, it's penetrative, right? But you know, emotional sex, connected sex, if that's what you want, it means that there's a way your partner handles your whole body that communicates, I am still desired, I am still wanted, right?
Yeah.
When you find your partner, let's say your husband, asleep, and you kiss him here, and you say, sweetie, I've gone to work. I mean, you didn't have sex, but what do you think he felt?
Yeah.
Oh, she's still...
Okay, we need to hire you.
She still has
Well,
the
we have
thing.
been doing things in these streets.
No, but also if you're doing dishes and he taps your behind, which please tap her behind.
Please
But
do.
I'm saying, when he taps your behind, you're like, niwache.
Oh, yeah.
But really, do you really mean
really want to
niwache?
kuachwa?
Really? Unataka kuachwa? Ama unataka aendelee? So that by the time you get now to really sex, he's already been depositing
Things.
sexual funds, what shall
In
we
your
call them?
account.
He's already been, putting things in. It's remembering that she likes chocolate and bringing it randomly. You see, like me, roasted maize. I like roasted
Ngara.
maize. So when somebody, bebe, so
That's your
if you
love
come
language.
home, you tell me denatofefe, like my mom knows I like matomoka.
Matomoko.
Yes.
Yes.
So when she brings me matomoko, honestly, it doesn't matter what's wrong in my life. I just know my mom loves me and it's okay. So if my husband was to bring
That.
something that he knows she likes, that is silly, something,
Yeah.
or put an eclair in my pocket.
Okay.
During the day I'll be thinking, ni mimi anachokoza. Anajua mimi sichezi na chakula yangu. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Intimacy. Intimacy is into me, see. But it's
wow.
all of me. It's knowing that she doesn't like fish. So don't take me to an expensive fish restaurant. Because, I'll have a steak, but
yeah.
But when you know she likes nyam chom, and then
Take
you walk
her
in
to
with,
Kamaki's.
you see, and then you come in with, don't take me to Kamaki's, but bring me nyam chom from Kamaki's.
I'll just you on a break. When we come back, we talk about the solutions.
Yes.
And also if self-pleasure is one of those solutions.
I love that
Yeah,
question.
because-
In fact, let's go to break.
Yeah,
I wanna
let's break
respond to
first and
that.
take a sip of water. But please comment. What do you think about this? I am understanding sex in a whole different light. I think we need to have Maggie more. And I feel like she needs to have a seminar for all of us because we need to understand these things in a different light. By the pressure, yes, you do 4 times, you do 5 times a week. Where it's getting worse. Let's take a break. We'll come back.